Today I'm going to show you best free programs for PC that I personally use. Before we get started, I just want to let you know I'm going to have links down below in the video description so that you can download these programs real quick. And this video is sponsored by you, my viewer. Make sure you go ahead and slap that like button. It helps me keep going here and making good videos like this. And if you don't like this video, go ahead and drop a comment down below and tell me what I missed. Now, the first program I want to show you is called Greenshot, and you can get that over at getgreenshot.org, and it is free. And the way that it works is if you press the print screen button, you'll get crosshairs. And now you can go ahead and select something right on the screen, open it within its own image editor, and say, for example, you're putting it together like a tutorial. You can say here's step 1, step 2, and step 3. And you want to go ahead and type in some notes. Like so. Go ahead and change the formatting a bit. Say we want to go ahead and blur out something. We can just go ahead and select it like so. We can highlight some things. It's very useful and very powerful. Go ahead and point something out. I use Greenshot every day, and they're not paying me to say this. I mean, it's a free program. I do genuinely use it pretty much every single day. Now, the next program, if you're not familiar with it, is called 7-zip. Now, 7-zip is a compression and uncompression utility that is free and open source, and it allows you to be able to unzip or create zip files, RAR files, and all sorts of other file formats as well. Most notably, it is known to be able to work with the 7z file format, which is its own format for 7-zip. You can get this over at 7-zip.org. Again, it's completely free. And the next program on my list is Adobe Reader. And most people probably already have this, but if you're going to install it, I'm going to show you something that you need to know. When you do go ahead and go to get.adobe.com/reader, most people will go ahead and just click on this button right here. You don't want to do that, and I'll show you why. So you can see here that it has add-ons, right? And by default, it will go ahead and install the Adobe Acrobat for Google Chrome, which, that's fine. I use that actually. But the more add-ons for installing McAfee Security Scan Plus and McAfee Safe Connect are both enabled by default. So if you just click download Acrobat Reader, it will include those with the installer and automatically install those programs as part of the bundle because you agreed to it prior. So I just uncheck those programs, download it, and then install. Next up is K-Lite Codec Pack. Now, this has pretty much all the different codecs to be able to play most any file formats when it comes to video files, and it is also completely free as well. Now, I personally do like VLC Media Player, which again is free, and you can donate up here if you like to Videoland, which is the organization that makes it, and it's available on Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and also iOS. Have you ever uninstalled a program and it's still left behind red mints on the file system as well as in the registry? Well, this next program I'm going to show you will actually rip all of that out for you. It's called Revo Uninstaller. Now, it is paid software, but you can also download the free version as well. But if you do want to buy it, and it is on sale, it is a whopping $12.47. If you do uninstall things quite often, this is a very powerful utility. For most people, the free version will probably be fine, but you don't get any technical support with that. Now, say you need a program like Photoshop, for example, to be able to edit your photos, but you don't have the budget to pay the monthly subscription. This next program is free, and it works quite well, actually. It is called Paint.net, and you can get it at getpaint.net. And even here, PC World says it is the top 100 products of 2007. So yes, it has been around for quite some time, and you can donate to them if you like, and it's completely free. Now, the next program that I use for re-encoding videos sometimes is Handbrake, and it's free. You can get it over at handbrake.fr, and it is also supported on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Next up is Notepad++. I love this tool. I wish that it was available on other operating systems besides Windows. If by chance you know of something similar to Notepad++ that is also free for Mac, please go ahead and drop the name of it down in the comments section, as I really do love Notepad++. Now, this utility that I'm going to show you next is extremely powerful. I love it. I don't know why there's nothing built in command line wise in Windows, although you can kind of do something similar in PowerShell. And this program is called Astrograph. So basically it is a visual or GUI version of grep in a way. Now, grep, if you're not familiar with it, is a GNU tool to be able to search for certain strings of text, and then you can see what files contain that particular string. So what that means, if you went ahead and put in a search path here, and you have a file type, and you just give it a wildcard like star.star, it will go ahead and search every single file inside of this path, and And if you check the search subfolders, then it will search recursively. And then you go ahead and type in the text that you're looking for, which in the screenshot is just the word testing. And then you'll see a result of items that it finds. And then it'll show you that it contains the word testing and also what line it is in that particular file that you're viewing right there. Now, it does have quite a few options. You can exclude certain file types. So if you have like a bunch of PDFs or something in a child folder and you still want to search through stuff, including that child folder, then you can exclude that as well. Now, this next app is Elena Etcher, and basically this allows you to create or write an image file. So say you have an image file for Raspberry Pi or something that you want to go ahead and take a micro SD card, and say that you have like Linux downloaded or something, then you can burn it right to this micro SD card on your computer and then take that and put it into the Raspberry Pi and go ahead and boot it up. It is very handy and completely free as well. And it's available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Now, let's say you have a card that already has like an operating system and everything directly on it from like a Raspberry Pi. Once you have your image completed, you could go ahead and take it out of the Pi, put it in an adapter, load it up into your machine, and then use Etcher to go ahead and capture an image of that entire card. So if this card ever gets lost or damaged, then you can just get another card that's the same size or larger and go ahead and burn it back to that card. Now, if you use FTP at any capacity, you're probably familiar with this next one, which is Filezilla. Now, there is both the Filezilla client as well as the server, and again, they're both completely free. Now, most people will probably only use the Filezilla client to be able to connect to a FTP server to send and receive files. Now, if you wanted to run your own FTP server or FTPS server, then you could use Filezilla server. Now, if you ever need to connect to a Linux device or a console on any type of like networking gear, then chances are you're going to use something that can connect like PuTTY here, where you can SSH into a client or even use a serial cable to go ahead and connect directly to that device. You can get this over at putty.org, where it brings you to a website straight out of 1999, and you can download pretty much whatever you need here for the installer or just the executable itself. But if you'd like something that is similar to PuTTY but on steroids, you're going to want to check this next one out. This is called MOBA Xterm. Now, they do have both free and paid versions. So depending on how many servers or devices that you're connecting on over to, then the paid version might be the best option for you. It just depends. But it is a enhanced terminal with X11 server and also has tabs for an SSH client. It also has some built-in tools and macros, and you can also set up RDP sessions as well with it. It just has a lot of features. So go ahead and check that out over at mobaxterm.mobatech, and that's tek.net. Now, the next program that I use is Windorstat, and yes, it has not been updated in quite some time, but this classic still delivers whenever I need something to go ahead and show me visually everything that is on my drive. Now, here is WinSCP. So this is just yet another SFTP and FTP client for Windows, but it also has very powerful scripting capabilities as well. So if you're looking to automate some things, then chances are you will be steered in the direction of using WinSCP because it's just good at what it does. So to get this, just come on over to winscp.net, and you can come on over to downloads and then just download and install it. Now, with all of these wonderful programs, let me know in the comment section down below if any of these will benefit you and how you plan on using them. Now, if you have any programs that I didn't mention, please go ahead and drop it down in the comment section down below as well, and I'll be sure to check those out in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.